Alrighty, this is 5:02 p.m. And that is direct light on the side of a Starbucks. That's a demon, okay? And they're engaging in what is touching. Pay attention to the light that you'll see on the side of the building. Absolutely impossible light. And it's also that which is not occurring under what is not even possibly the sun. Because at 5:02 p.m. while I remain in Fontana, California, the entity is keeping a light source directly over me while I am remaining at the Fontana Chamber of Commerce. I've captured that in the parking lot at 5:02 p.m. And I also use that as an ongoing comparison at 5:02 p.m. while the entity engages in this same exact precise maintenance of a zenith over my head with a light source that is not possibly the sun. Let me be clear as to where I'm at. I am in, first of all, Montclair, California. This is Ramona Avenue, no question, Holt Boulevard. The entity stalking you in the path with light, directed light across the building while you are in a car. It's occurring at the same time. It's directly related to what that person is doing, and that's the identification of a demon. This is an ongoing pattern while I'm in Montclair, showing you what is the maintenance of the light source in alignment, while I'm also reminding you about Fontana at the same time. All of this I'm pointing out is the pattern of conduct. The maintenance of the light source, stalking in the path with directed light, which is impossible light activity, the impossible maintenance of a zenith while I'm in Fontana, California, and the entity keeps that light source in Fontana, in alignment with me. That is not over the intersection here. And as you hear on my podcast, I've been documenting here for a couple hours. Maintaining presence while I'm at that intersection. You see my property over there? That's where I was standing. And where was that fake sun? Right there above that tree, where I was standing right there by that tree. Here it is right over here on the side of the street. Pay attention. Pay attention. In addition to what is not present here under any circumstances, in other words, while I'm at the Fontana Chamber of Commerce in that parking lot, where at the same time at 5:02 p.m., I'm there at 8:56 in the morning, the same Fontana Chamber of Commerce, where the light source is directly over me. That's not the sun. While I've documented Fontana, while I'm in Montclair at 5:02 p.m., and you have the maintenance of a light source, it's not the same zenith. It's not going to remain over my head while I'm also in Fontana. That's what's not occurring in Fontana at the same time. Nor is sunlight ever appearing on buildings while you're driving by in a car. That's the act of the demonic. 6NYP 671, and that's what group stalking is. It is 5:02 p.m. I'm at third-party facilitating venue 711 at 4500 Holt Boulevard in Montclair, California, where I've been documenting what is group stalking. And this is a surveillance and terrorism system. They are violent sex offenders, as they are molesting one after another. In the same way you saw light across that building, that's how they touch all over my breast. They touch on my thighs. They touch on my stomach. In other words, touch my body in no way that any stalking minion or any person would ever have any consent. The people of the state shall be prosecuted as the violent sex offender that they are. And that's why you have what is the pattern of what is absolutely impossible to ever occur. Light is not ricocheting off your car because you drive by. Light is also not remaining, the actual sun is not remaining over your head while you're in different cities at the same time, all over at the same time. That's not what's occurring, and that's what's necessarily the case. In order for me to capture it at the Fontana Chamber of Commerce, where it's present also in the morning, by the way. All right, and this is what the entity's been doing for the past month and a half while I'm in Fontana, and while I go to Montclair today, which I'm never going. Pay attention to March 22nd, 2022. Where do you see that light source? Remaining over me as I go to Pomona, and I go right back to Fontana. That light source isn't remaining at the intersection of Ramona. You see it remaining over me while I'm on the bus of Omnitrans, while I'm subject to surveillance. That's why it's remaining here. All right, that's the demonic environment. These are the demon possessed. 7SX-238-B. Engaging in identical conduct, which is absolutely impossible. The mark of demon possession, those under the fake sun are of that condition, and they're group stalking. It's a criminal system, and it shall be the criminalization of demonic activity that's underway in California. And those that are not natural born citizens, you deport those minions out the country. All right, this is P.O.C. It is currently 5:05 p.m.